It's race 4 of MCC's 2023. Race 4 of MCC's 2023 season 2, and today we're going to be at Japan. Last week we had a bit of an issue with PlayStation going offline, but the week before we had a break, and the week before that we had race number 3 that was at Spa. Race number 1 was at Atlanta, race number 2 was at Nürburgring, and today is round number 4. So for the next 1 hour, so that's we are 10 minutes away from quali and 20 minutes away from the race. For the next 1 hour, you are going to be with me and Rehan. Say hey, Rehan.
Good evening, everybody. It's nice to see you guys again. Unfortunate situations last week, but this week I am doing much better. I'm not sick anymore, so you're gonna hear a lot more excitement in my voice this time around.
Oh, well done.
Let me just say before we get off, I want to say the line again because it looks like we'll have to bless the rains up in Japan because it's gonna have a rainy night tonight.
Oh yeah, it's definitely rain coming in. If you are on the stream, if you can just check the audio that I'm not clipping again, but while you're doing that, I would like to thank our sponsors, Semcrete and Mayfair Gearbox, Gorilla Garage and Sapspeed. Thank you very much for sponsoring this season. Today's driver lineup is going to be 15 drivers. You got One Prime, Goltieri, EcoBoost, Safa, Osawa, Wolfie, Leap, Ghost Killer, Ken Dog, Serious Sam, Pumpkin, DC Gaming, Dino, Catfish and Sniper. Sniper is usually the guy that joins me in the LNR streams, and the rest of the guys, let's see, who do I know? I know Catfish, Dino, DC, Pumpkin, and Safa. These are the guys that, and Leap joins us for our SMTS races, which are usually on Tuesday nights, on the last Tuesday of every month. Hope you can see the descriptions of that series in the descriptions on YouTube. So is all audio sounds good?
Audio is good, quality is good. I can't like stop gushing about the quality of your streams to you. Very nice. It's crispy 1440p as well.
Oh, so, lovely.
We're getting all the pixels on the screen tonight.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I'm loving the driver lineup as well. We've had some changes after the break, which I was really keen to see. And we will be seeing that tonight on this very famous track in all regards, in all classes, in all games. The Suzuka circuit is a key track. Sorry about the background noise, but Suzuka circuit is an amazing track. Lots of high-speed sections, lots of overtaking opportunities, and with the rain coming in again, we're going to be seeing these guys pull out all the stops when it comes to strategy, when it comes to driver capabilities. We're going to see a lot of unique skill being displayed tonight.
Yeah, no, Suzuka is one of my favorite tracks. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. And while we went offline last week because of PSN going down, I went to the Wikipedia page to go and read up about it, and unfortunately it is a Herman Tilke designed track. But this was during his early days when he used to design good tracks. Today's car is going to be the Group 2 Lexus RCF GT500. So you're sitting with a 2-liter turbo that is 614 horsepower, and you got a lot of tire wear coming up. I'll give you some info on that, and I'll give you a bit of a track map, at least a walkthrough of the track. Well, Rayan's going to give you a walkthrough of the track in a few minutes, but you're going to have lots of rain coming up, and tire wear is going to be interesting. When it comes to tire choices, you got the softs, you got the mediums, but you also have your inters and wets that are available, because it's going to start off sunny, it's going to go into some really heavy rain, and then it's all random afterwards. So we have no idea if it's going to stay rainy or whether it's going to dry up and get sunny. But we are definitely going to keep an eye on people's exits out of the pit lane while the track is still damp. Looking at... Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, sorry. And that pit lane exit has caught out many guys before. As we've seen, I don't know if all our Super GT fans, the YouTube Super GT, we've seen him like from the manufacturer's race, which was also placed at Suzuka with the GT3 cars. When the rain came in, it really was treacherous getting out of the pit lane. Once the track dried up, the pit lane can still be a little bit wet, and that can really throw off the drivers. It sends them into spins, especially with these high-powered, lightweight super vehicles as well. Lots of speed, lots of power, lots of downforce as well. So get your foot planted too early, and you will be like a ballerina on course.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. I was just busy looking at the chat right now. There's a bit of confusion as to which lobby I should be joining. But I think I got the right one now, and we should be able to join the race. So let's. I'm busy crossing my fingers, hoping that PlayStation actually plays nice today.
Let's hope so. Seems like things are a lot better, also in the chats and stuff like that. But yeah, we can't be 100% certain. There was no update as I thought there would be. I don't know if there was an update. Was there an update? I don't think so.
No, the update's coming on this Thursday. The update's going to have, I think, two new Hondas and one new Mazda, and hopefully a bug fix. Because we're definitely being
improvements to the lobby, man. That's what we need. Kaz, help us out here.
Yeah. I clicked on join room like a minute ago, and it's still trying to join. So I'm hoping that it's not an issue, but it's definitely looking like there might be a bit of trouble. But I mean, while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna read out the points. So the last week, EcoBoost, well, not last week, end of race 3, that was the Spa race with the AMGs. EcoBoost took that, and we had quite a bit of wet weather going on that side. Then it was Wolfie, and then it was Ghost Killer Pace taking the, no, not Ghost Killer Pace, it was Leap. So it was EcoBoost, Wolfie, and Leap taking the podium on that race. So we're definitely going to be seeing it's quite a close race. I mean, you've got 97 points on the leader, which is EcoBoost. P2 on the championship is Wolfie at 89, and then you got a tie for third place with 87 points with Sapphire, Ghost Killer, and Leap. So it's definitely hotting up right now.
Yeah, for sure. These drivers are gonna definitely pull out over stops. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with between those three. I mean, these four: Wolfie, Sapphire, Ghost Killer, and Leapy. But we cannot forget Lorenzo, as you know, he is fast on track, and same with EcoBoost. Although EcoBoost has had trouble in the rain before, like we mentioned before. So you'll see. Hopefully, this extra week of practice is going to prove very crucial in tonight's race.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to hard kill my game and open it up again because I'm definitely struggling. But while we're waiting for that, would you mind talking everyone through the one lap replay?
Okay, so again, I got the corner names just for the fun of it. We're going into Casio corner. Tooni's corrected me this time. I always said Casino corner. But yeah, Casio corner going into the main straight. This is where we begin our lap, and it's going to be a key straightaway for overtaking opportunities. This is where Slipstream is going to come into a major play for the drivers going for overtakes. As they can get some incredible speed going in here, and it's a very strong braking point as well. High speed entry into the first corner, which tightens into the second corner. I think it's officially a second corner. Here also seen some fair mistakes happen. If you go too wide, you could spin out, and there's a lot of grass waiting in your wake there. Now we get to the what they call the snake corners, the S-beer corners, whichever one you want to use here as well. A lot of high speed here. There won't be really major opportunities for overtaking unless you're feeling very brave and really send it down one of these corners. But yeah, another corner that starts off light and tightens, going into the Dunlop, the anti-bank curve, going into Dunlop corners. Um, yeah, also very, very high speed section, which could get a bit rough as we're going into the Degners. There's Degner 1 over here. That curb on your right could look very dreadful depending on how you want to take it. It could send you into a spin. And then the second Degner going into your first sector of the race. This is sector 1 over that white line. We're going into the hairpin from here. Also, possible opportunities for overtaking. I've seen it happen. I've been involved in overtakes and being overtaken on this corner myself. And then, yeah, good exit speed will see you getting a nice portion of lead going into this back, not the backstage. This is 200R, if I'm not mistaken. Depending if my cue cards are letting me down here. And then another hard braking point into the spoon curve. So another curve that starts wide, you start at a bit of a high speed, then it tightens, you're gonna go into a possibly second or third gear here, and then you need to get a good run out and not touch the green astroturf you see to your right there. Because that also could send you into a spin. But yeah, again, another high speed section over the bridge, a little bit of a climb. And again, where slipstream is going to make a very important part in plays and things like that. Going into 130R, which is the 130-degree curve. Another way you get that's going to be pretty much flat out until the rain comes. And then we're back at Casio corner, the last two chicanes, where we could also probably see some overtakes not happening just before the chicane starts, not during the chicane, unless some serious bravehearts are in our way. And then going for, this will probably be a qualifying lap. Going on the inside, they're staying on using the minimal amount of track needed. And that is your lap of Suzuka circuit.
Yeah.
You guys are on track at the moment.
Yeah, no, thanks for that one lap replay. I managed to get connected to a new PS session, and we joined the lobby. Everything's looking good, everything's looking smooth. Suzuka looks gorgeous as usual, and yeah, we're joining them during practice. I think they are about 2 minutes away from starting the quali, and we'll definitely be keeping an eye out on the guys. So what do you think is going to be the strat? Because when I was looking at practice, I think it was 2 laps on dry tires and then it starts raining. If you're brave enough to do that 3rd lap on slick tires, you are in for, you either have big kahunas or you've made a mistake.
I mean, we've seen it happen in the past where Ghost Killer, he has to add some good runs in the rain as well, where he stayed out an extra lap when the rain started falling down. But remember that the tires, if you see on your bottom left of your screen there's a little radar next to the tires that shows the wetness levels of the track. So once that level, that meter will get to the first line, it is still possible to drive on slick tires, but you will lose a little bit of speed. Once it gets to like the first 25 to halfway in that line, that's when the inters are going to take serious effect. So if the guys play their cards right and can judge that weather radar, which I don't know if we will be able to see depending on what driver has it activated, I think, at the time. And yeah, depending on what happens with the guys, we see Mr. Mawa-san going over there on the replay. But yeah, it's going to be a very hard judge of the weather and how far that tires can take you into the weather, whether you will be able to do another lap, an extra lap compared to everyone else. If they go on intermediates early, that could make or break your race. You could gain a lot of extra time by staying out even an extra 3/4 of the lap on slick tires as opposed to rain.
Looking at the lobby, just making sure that we've got everyone. I think we are missing 4 more people. So we should be expecting EcoBoost, Sniper, Ghost Killer. So we've got EcoBoost, Sniper, and Ghost Killer. Yes. Then we've got 1 Prime, Lorenzo. So it looks like we're missing Lorenzo, but we've got 1 Prime. Okay, so Lorenzo's not here. I'm gonna move him down onto from my points list. Leaf is here. Osawa. Where's Osawa?
I don't see him either.
Yeah, Osawa seems to be out as well. Safa seems to be out as well. And who else? So we got Wolfie, Kendog. Is Mawa-san Kendog?
Mawa-san is Kendog. I was just about to say.
Okay, so
He's been struggling with the name change for a good while, so it looks like that has finally come through, and
Serious Sam.
that's good.
Okay, so we're missing Serious Sam. And then we've got DC Gaming, yes. Dino, yes. Catfish, yes. Okay, so that's 11 people. Yes, okay, so we're missing 4 guys. That's Serious Sam, Lorenzo, Osawa, and Safa. So hopefully they've got 3 minutes to come and join us. Otherwise, they are going to be missing out on the race today.
That will be unfortunate. Hopefully they'll join in time. Yeah, because these are some top class drivers, and we want to see the best of the racing between these guys. Wolfie, okay, I suppose these guys aren't setting their top quality laps right now. They're just getting a feel for the track. As you see, Wolfie with a nice. I've been laughing at the designs of Wolfie's cars recently. A lot of one specific color with a tinge of design here and there, and I'm liking this red at the moment. I won't be biased to the pace guys, because I always like the designs they come through with. One prime there, looking with a very nice, very simplistic, very clean. Is that cherry blossoms?
Those are cherry blossoms, yeah. So you got a Japanese.
Nice in Japan.
Yeah,
very,
in Japan.
Very nice. Very
Are there any pace guys in the lobby?
Yeah, that is one prime. One prime is Pace. Our son as well, Kindog. He is also part of Pace. Serious Sam and Ghost Killer.
Serious Sam, Ghost Killer is Ghost Killer is in the lobby.
We've got a fair amount of team-based guys here. So we've got three 9BR guys, Catfish and Pumpkin Patch.
Yeah.
We've got, I think, 5 RTA in total. So it's Leapy, it's Osava, it's Lorenzo, Safa, and Leapy.
Yeah, you've mentioned him. So that's 4.
So 4.
MGR, you got Dino and DC.
And I think Kennels was also a part of it for a while.
Kennels is in tier 2. Kennels is in tier 2. Yeah, it's in tier 2. There's also.
I've been fighting too much on track.
Yeah. I think they are about to start quali.
Oh, okay. And that's going to be interesting also, because I think if I remember correctly with GranTurismo 7, qualifying, the first 10 minutes of qualifying or the first 15 minutes of qualifying mimic the exact settings that will happen in the race.
Yes.
So the guys can base their strategies here. I see you got the Civic as your car over there, and now I know what I'm expecting tomorrow.
You'll be able to see my horsepower 371 and PP of 627. So yeah, good luck trying to match that one.
Oh gosh, okay. At least I know I have a little marker that I need to hit.
And
back to this race.
I'm also running my trademark scuttles.
Hey, very nice. I can't wait to see that like in game again tomorrow. So I'm liking the design. Also, EcoBoost is looking like running a very fresh design there. MGR guys, DC Gaming and Dino. I've always been a fan about the way they do their designs, because they each have their designated color. So DC Gaming will always be running with, I think, a red or something. I know Kennels runs red. I know Dino runs.
I think MGR, the different series. You got like one guy is gonna do the livery for all the different cars, and then if another series comes along, they'll do a different livery. So
nice.
I don't think they stick to a color, but it's definitely a colorful one, which I absolutely enjoy.
But like the wheels and spoilers and little trims and stuff, they always have something that defines them. Maybe not exactly the same, but they always do have, like, one guy's red, one guy's blue, one guy's yellow. It's actually pretty cool the way they design it. The 9BR guys have also been loving what they've been bringing to the design side of things. Very nice.
The 9PR guys are also the first guys on track, which means they are going to have some clean air to set their quali time, because everybody's out right now setting their completing their outlap, making sure that
it's a one-shot running if I remember correctly.
It's definitely going to be a one-shot run, because you've got 5 minutes. So it takes about 1:50 to go around the track. You've got 5 minutes of quali time. So I think another minute for like 5 minutes plus 1. So 6 minutes. So if you are quick, you may be able to squeeze in the third lap. Yeah. But it's going to be raining on that third lap.
Aha, that is also true. So that's the one lap that's going to count. It's going to make or break everything. And yeah, getting in close proximity with each other could be a decent thing to do, but it could also ruin your race. These cars are very, very dramatically affected by the dirty air from the other cars. So as much as slipstream is nice, you see One Prime is weaving about there, warming up the tires. He's also giving a bit of space to Leapy there. So very, very smart move by him. He's not going to be in the slipstream, which is it's a bit of a shocker, but you're also not going to be in the dirty air, which is a major advantage. Oh, Sniper getting very close to EcoBoost there. I think he didn't think that EcoBoost was going to slow down that much to give more space. But yeah, as you see, the fuel is getting lower. The cars are going to be at their lightest, so they're going to be at their fastest as well. And I think the fuel is just going to be enough for around 3 laps of running as we go through here. But it looks like on the mini map on the top right of your screen, looks like everyone has given each other a decent amount of space. For the guys that are running in last, they have to make they're going to have to get a move on it, because if they mess up this lap, it's going to be tickets.
It's a one-shot quali. If you mess up this lap, you starting from the back.
Exactly, and there's no second lap of redemption here either.
Yeah. So you got Pumpkin that is starting sector 2. He is he should be starting sector 3 now. And he's taking the corner nice and easy. He's got quite a bit of tire wear, but that should be still fine.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be around the same levels of tire wear, which is already showing us that the softs aren't going to last in this race, which probably means everyone is going to start on the soft tires.
Start on the softs. It
wouldn't make sense otherwise.
Yeah, I think what's going to be super interesting is whether the people on lap 3 or the starting of lap 3, when they come out the pits, are they going to be on wets or inters?
That's the other thing, because nobody knows what the weather is going to be like once the rain starts. Is it going to continue? Is it going to get lighter? Is it going to stay stagnant? Nobody knows, because the weather is set on random for those next few blocks.
So EcoBoost was setting a 1:50 in practice. And Pumpkin's about to cross the line. Let's see where he pegs next to him. 1:51.8. Okay, so that's the Capfest doing okay with 1:51.6. Should get Leap with the 1:51.5.
Oh, close so far. Really
EcoBoost with a 51.1. And we see rain on the track.
Okay, this is it.
Ghost Killer comes in with the 1:50.6. That is an absolute stellar time. Absolutely amazing lap.
Oh, and look at that. There I was speaking about the rain meter.
Yeah,
it's already on the first line, so that rain is coming down.
Coming down.
One Prime goes into the pits. I don't think he's going to set the lap. He's going to be starting from the back. DC Gaming almost yeets himself into the wall there. But yeah, people are parking up. They're going to be, if you could, they'd probably be getting out of the cars and saying good luck to each other, tapping each other's helmets, saying watch out for the rain. And that's exciting. We don't have our speed demon Lorenzo here tonight, so it's going to be a close race. I think between EcoBoost, Ghost Killer, and Leapy. That's the top 3 battle I think I'm looking for here. Wolfie, I know he could be doing a lot better there. It's not representative of what he could be doing. Mr. Mawa himself doesn't set a proper lap as well. So there's a few guys that's just busy just hanging around.
So what I'm doing here is I'm going to be making sure that we get everybody on the right tires at the start. So we've got everybody on the softs. They should be heading out to the lobby. So we got Dino that couldn't set a time.
Tunis, can I just interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
Just keep the chat going. I'm just going to greet my guests good evening.
Yeah,
And then I'll be
sure.
back.
Cool.
Be right back.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to Dino and Kendog. Kendog seems to have, I think they may have gotten a bit of damage in that final bit of their flying lap, and they may have bailed out of it. So that's probably why they didn't set a time during their flying lap or during their quali. But we are about 10 seconds away from starting the race. We're going to have Ghost Killer Pace setting the pace with a 150.6. So it's half a second later would be EcoBoost, then Leap, then Catfish. Catfish with a surprisingly good lap. Pumpkin with a great lap. Wolfie hanging back a bit. And then you got Sniper, One Prime, DC Gaming, Dino, and Kendog making up your 11 grid. And we are starting the race right now. We're going to be doing a rolling start, and we're going to be sitting with Ghost Killer Pace, and we'll be taking a look at turn 1. And hopefully everybody gets through the turn 1 plus the S's all cleanly, and there's no damage, because this race will have heavy tire wear. So if you're spinning out, your tire is going to be used up, and you've got heavy damage. So you'll be trying to complete your lap with a damaged bumper or damaged spoilers, and you're going to be losing about 2 seconds per lap. So turn 1, everybody makes it through quite cleanly. Everything's looking good. Cool. That's the entire group. We see that Kendog has taken a position from Dino, so that's going good for Kendog. Up at
Dino is on the intermediates. I just noticed that just for the corner on the highway.
You are right. Dino is on the inters.
Well, that must have been a very big mishap on his part with the pits. Oh gosh.
Well, maybe
hit him.
That might hit him, but he's gonna struggle for about 2 laps, and then he doesn't need to pit. Ghost Killer goes
sideways,
getting absolutely sideways. Let's see if
that's the horrors of the Degner curves as well.
Yeah.
You just go a little bit too wide, you can send your car for a spin. Luckily he holds it together.
Let's see if we have a replay of that. So you got Ghost Killer coming into Degner 1.
Oh,
then he's gonna he touches the dirt. He touches the dirt.
And not even the dirt, it's the AstroTurf. But he was so lucky to keep it holding on there, which gives EcoBoost the lead. Trades a place with the lead. Catfish as well. And I think he should be in fourth.
Oh, he's in
fourth. A little bit of tire dig on his part as well.
Okay, so we got EcoBoost leading the pack.
To clear A. This is gonna be very, very nice for him. This is what EcoBoost wants.
EcoBoost Catfish in 3rd place. Ghost Killer Face in 4th, Pumpkin in 5th, Wolfie and DC. Looking at the map, everything's looking good. People aren't too far away from each other. I think Dino is probably going to be the one that's going to be the slowest, but he's still close up to everybody, which is awesome. So you got EcoBoost leading the pack, 1.3 seconds away from Leap, who was 1.1 seconds away from Catfish, and Catfish is going to be under pressure from Ghost Killer Pace and Pumpkin and Wolfie. So Catfish has to hang in there for the next for this lap, because I think everybody's going to be coming into the pits at the end of this lap.
You see, Wolfie was giving a look at Pumpkin Patch, and he actually made it ahead.
Pumpkin.
Oh, very small, very solid move there by Wolfie. I just saw that going on in the background, and now it's opened a spot to DC Gaming and Sniper as well. So there's a few packs of cars, and wow, look at all the way to the back there. I think that's still about 10th place.
Yeah.
And there's a whole gaggle of cars waiting for waiting for something to just happen.
We got a bit of a straggler.
Catfish are moving away as well. Dino went into pits.
Dino went into the pits for softs, which he's gonna go into the pits now for inters.
Wets, yeah. So he went from inters. It was a very unfortunate mishap there by him. because he could have stayed on the intermediates going into the rain, but the problem is the inters would have been so worn out. I mean, the way the softs are wearing out on this track at the moment, as we see the cloud cover is starting to show there. The inters on 2.5 laps, even 3 laps of dry running is going to be it's going to be pretty much worthless to use in the rain. You'd have to put anyway, so might as well get a lap or two out of the softs. And yeah, people are going into the pits again. Is Ghost Killer gonna take a chance? No, he's not.
Catfish with the brave move.
Pumpkin Patch as well. So 9BR has pulled the strategy. Sniper as well.
Sniper as well. Oh no!
Interesting. The rain is gonna hit. The rain is coming down. As you see, the wipers are on. But the thing is, can they make a full lap without having to worry about the tires? You see, 2 guys.
There is no way.
Wolfie onto wets. Wolfie goes onto wets. Sleepy and Ghost Killer, DC Gaming all on intermediates. And I think Eco Boost as well. He's onto wets. Okay.
Eco Boost on wets.
So this is the big interesting part about the tires. So Ghost Killer, all the intermediate runners, they're going to have a very good time in the earlier stages of this wet weather. But if it comes to Prime getting a penalty on the pit entry or pit exit there, but yeah, like the he's also on the wet tires, I see, which could affect him in the first 1 or 2 laps of wet weather running. And if the weather does go all the way to extreme heavy rains, torrential rains, then Dino also goes for another risky lap on the softs. It's gonna start hurting right now. At this point,
absolutely struggling, because you can see that Eco Boost is about 14 seconds away and closing in quite quickly.
And that gap is going to close ever so fast now. Even going on the straight could be very dangerous. Yep, they're getting very squirrely. Check up in front there. Oh, someone spun. 2 spin, 3 spins.
There we go. It's Catfish, Pumpkin, and Sniper. The 3 guys who stayed out in soft tires.
They took a chance, and that chance has come back.
It's not paying off, and Eco Boost coming through.
Very, very unfortunate. It's a risky play. It could be possible, but I think the rain is coming too fast.
Let's take a look at if they and we get Pumpkin coming in the way of Leap and Ghost Killer at the moment. Let's take a look at Catfish, no damage. Sniper, no damage, and Pumpkin had no damage. But Puma Sniper has 2.5 seconds of penalty.
I think.
No!
Again. Oh, just about. He holds on. But then spins on the exit of the pits.
I hope he gets into the pits, because if he doesn't make it, he's going to have to do an entire lap. Okay, he makes it. Good.
Oh, that's almost a moment that happened with you with the Mazdas on Tsukuba.
Yeah, exactly. So, taking a look at the leaders, you've got Wet running on Eco Boost, which is, I think, the wiser choice, because you got Leap on the inters, and I think it's going to get a bit worse. It's definitely going to get a bit more wet at the moment. So let's take a look at Eco Boost. Leap. Yeah,
so there might be certain points on track that are going to be like fully wet as opposed to others. But yeah, this is again what we've seen very, very often in the higher quality races, higher rated races, where some people will take the chance to go on intermediates and some will go on wets. But it's all up to the driver's skill. If that weather starts hitting, like even now, it will affect the intermediate runners, being on intermediate tires when the track is so wet. Whereas Eco Boost is gonna start flying. As you can see, the gap is already increasing from him and Leapy. But once the weather starts dying down, it's going to come into the grips of the intermediate runners again. So now 5 seconds separate. Oh, Leapy has gone off as well. I didn't even see where that happened.
Leapy has gone off. He's got damage, and that is probably because of the inter tires.
So again, with what I was saying with the driver skill, if you push too hard on the intermediates, you could send yourself into a spin. We see there, One Prime also gets a bit squiggly there.
One Prime should be okay, because he's on the soft tire. I mean, he's on the wet tires. So he should have had a bit more grip.
Early.
Yeah.
He should have more grip. I've raced with him before. He does tend to have a bit of a late foot. So he might just be accelerating a bit too soon out of the exit, especially at that spoon curve.
Okay,
Wolfie
so
now into third. He is now 5 seconds behind Ghost Killer. And Ghost Killer is going to be trying to hunt for that first place position where he started.
DC in fourth place, which is absolutely amazing. So it looks like the leaders are sitting with wets, inters, wets, inters, inters, wets, inters, and then let's take a look at what Pumpkin has decided. So this is Pumpkin has decided to go on to the inters. Cactus is on the inters. And let's see, Sniper is going on to the inters. Dino is on the full wets. Okay, so everybody on...
I was sure there was 12 drivers, but I forgot you are the 12 essentially.
I'm the
driver.
12th.
Yeah, you're the 12th person in there.
12th guy in the lobby.
So unfortunately, Serious Sam, Gualtieri, Lorenzo,
getting sideways.
Nice Osava and Safa, they won't be joining us tonight. But
Eco boost.
Luckily doesn't spin, but that's now there's Ghost Killer Pace looking for it, and he sees that Eco Boost has made a mistake. The dirty tires won't be as it would be on slicks, but that does look cool. That does look very cool coming into that slow motion replay there. But because of that, the grip levels were significantly lower, and I think EcoBoost just overcooks it and then has to correct and sends him onto the gravel, onto the grass. Spin though, fortunately, so he still holds on to first position, but not by too far. I think Ghost Killer does know that he's on wet tires. So yeah, at this point, looks like the rain is receding quite a bit. There is a dry line forming on track, and which is going to play into Ghost Killer and DC Gaming and all the Inter runners' hands.
Exactly, because Inters will last a bit longer, but I'm sure, well, I'm hoping that most of the guys on the Inters are going to be looking for those wet patches to keep those Inters cool. Because if you stay on the dry line with these wet tires, even during heavy rain, you should actually be finding the opposite of the racing line, because the racing line is going to be smooth and slick during the wet races. So you got to find the place where it's a bit rough, more grippy, and drive on that during the rain time, and then still drive on that when the track is drying out, so that it keeps your tires cooler.
Exactly. And see, the one thing is with practice sessions, the weather conditions unlikely will be the same for every driver. So maybe these guys on Inters, maybe like our extra lap runners in Pumpkin Patch, Catfish, Dino, maybe they had rain start a bit later for them. Maybe that started only on the third room. As you see, Mawa-san has left. Mr. Kendog has left. I know that might be a network issue there. Load shedding, eh? Always gives troubles no matter what. But yeah, down to 10 drivers now out of the total 15. And yeah, Dino's still sitting in last with that unfortunate start. But again, with the mistakes we've seen happen, it's not completely over yet.
Not completely over. I mean, you've got 23 laps to go, and you've got random weather. So at this point in the race, we know what the weather is like, right? We know it's going to start sunny. We know it's going to be heavy wets. And then after lap 6, we have no idea. And it doesn't tell us on the map, because I'm busy scrolling up and down to see if anybody's sitting on the weather radar to look for any cloud covers, and I don't see any of it. So you got...
we can't be sure either. So even the guys themselves, they can't be sure what the weather is to expect. But there are still clouds in the sky, so the weather, the rain could come again at any time, but we just don't know. Pumpkin Patch looking for a move there on 1 prime. Sends it in. Ooh, 1 prime goes a bit wide, but gets a better run out onto the main straight. Gets a little bit squiggly. Whoa, that wet tires is not doing a good job for him. And now they have a nice little drag on the straightaway into 130.
Oh, this is going to be dangerous.
Who's going to yield?
Okay, 1 prime gives him the place. Yes, 1 prime yields. Well done.
A little wide again.
Well
Very
done.
Clever. Eco Boost going into the pits. I think he's going to be coming out onto the softer tires again.
If he comes out onto the softs, this is going to be either the dumbest move ever or the smartest move ever.
And it could be like what it looks like right now. And see that weather radar in the pits. The pit lane is still very, very, very wet. So let's look at Eco Boost as he comes out.
Wave doesn't
Gets
spin
through,
out.
gets through very slowly, very nicely, and makes it happen. Now he's on
Right.
full charge. At this point, if he doesn't mess up a single corner, he's going to catch up on Ghost Killer without a doubt. Because the intermediates, Ghost Killer's probably going to go for another lap. I'm guessing that there's no cloud cover within the next 100 kilometers based on the way he's driving. And yeah, now we're going to see something. We're going to see something dramatic because now also with the cooler tarmac conditions, the road is now very cooled off because of the rain. The soft tire wear, the slick tire wear is going to be so low that I feel that it might at this point last up to at least the next 10 laps maybe. Wild estimation. Could be more, could be less, but it will definitely last longer than usual.
I think it's about six or 7 laps is what your soft tire is going to last. But here's something interesting that's going on. So you've got EcoBoost in the soft tires picking the dry line and having an absolute blast and catching up very quickly to Pumpkin, who's running the inters right now. So Pumpkin and EcoBoost are going to be battling in a few seconds right now because EcoBoost is closing in really fast. But now the problem is, how do you overtake Pumpkin? Because for you to overtake Pumpkin, you got to get off the racing line, which Pumpkin is currently on, and you got to go on with your slick tires onto the wet part of the track and try and overtake Pumpkin.
The thing is, I think Pumpkin is going to pit as well. I think Pumpkin is going to do the pits. No, he's not. Okay,
he stays
so he stays
out.
out another lap. He takes another risk on the intermediates, and now EcoBoost is going to be in the slipstream. He's going to take that. If I'm going to bet, he's going to take the wet line for sure. Let's check out and keep an eye on Ghost Killer there. To see if he spins or not.
Okay, so far looks good.
That is very close. Okay, Ghost Killer does get out very cleanly. Nice, no spinning, no disadvantage there. But
good.
look at the gap. The gap increased by round about a second. So nothing major gained by EcoBoost on the softs, which is a fair play to Ghost Killer as well. But now he's being held up a tremendous amount by Pumpkin Patch.
Who's
he's
on
going
the
to have
inters.
to try. Yeah, he's going to really have to try to get over. He gets side by side with
Pumpkin Patch. I don't think Pumpkin's gonna hold him up. I
don't think so either.
Yeah, I think Pumpkin's just gonna let him by.
He yields just by the Digners.
Because there's no point if he's on the wrong tire. I mean, they're on different strats.
He knows he's on the wrong tire, but he can't exactly just go off the racing line. So he just had to pick the right moment to do so.
Yeah.
DC Gaming currently in first. He goes a little wide and lets KBR EcoBoost through. So EcoBoost back into the
EcoBoost back into the lead on his soft tires. DC Gaming with almost completely used inters. Pumpkin, who still has half of his inters to go, and he will probably still stay out for a little bit longer, whereas DC might risk it now and go onto the softs. And we know DC is running the controller, he's not on a wheel, so he's definitely going to experience hectic tire deck, and I think he's also staying on the dry line and not picking the cooler, wetter parts of the track just to keep his tires cool.
Yeah, at this point, again, we don't know what the weather's going to be like, but judging from the reactions of the drivers, it looks like there isn't rain for at least for a good while, which means, okay, Wolfie goes on to the mediums. Are the mediums and the softs mandatory for this race?
No. If there's wet weather, then there's nothing mandatory.
No mandatory tires.
Yeah, so EcoBoost is on the softs, Ghost Killer is on the softs.
Wolfie in third. There we go.
DC's coming into the pits. Pumpkin.
Unfortunately, we don't have any ring colors to see what tires they're going on. But Leapy coming out as well. He also gains a huge chunk of time on the intermediate runners. Ooh, DC Gaming gets a bit squirrely out on the exit. Leapy also goes on to a little bit of a moment.
DC spins it out.
That's unfortunate. Keep it steady, keep it safe, DC, keep it safe. Not too much throttle. Don't compromise your line too much. Unfortunately, with that falling down now into 7th position, One Prime sitting in 8th by a bit of a shot, but has now caught up with DC Gaming due to that mishap of his.
One Prime is in 8th.
Yeah, Lampard is eighth. So Pumpkin Patch.
Let's
and
just
Cat
take a look
Fuzz.
at Leap. Leap is on soft. Pumpkin is on soft. Cactus is on softs.
Did your little graphic bug out or something?
No, I put it on now.
There we go. Okay,
I keep it hidden while I'm busy messing around with it.
figuring out. Okay, cool.
One
cool.
prime is on start.
You see, there's a couple of guys that's still on the rainy tires.
I haven't gotten to them. I haven't gotten to them to
there,
update
okay.
it yet.
And then it updates. Okay, nice, awesome. That's such a cool little thing, honestly.
And we've got Dino. Who's on the
Dino on the
soft.
soft. So yeah, everyone's running the tires, and the sun is coming out as well. So the track is going to dry a lot faster as well, which
So
means
I
these tires are
definitely
coming into
think
big play.
that if you're on the soft tires, you gotta play. Did Eco Boost lose a position to Ghost Killer?
He did. When did that happen? I wasn't even checking the map or anything.
We just missed it. We just missed it.
Maybe Eco might have gone onto the wet line, which is now really recovering nicely. As you can see, there is a bit of dark patching on the road itself, but right now it's not going to affect the tires like much like it would of the last lap. So at
It
this point, the
might-
drivers could still use the edges to cool off the tires, because I just saw for a moment there the rain meter just goes up to just about the first line, the first 30% line.
Well, that's
Ooh.
if you're hitting the curbs or you goes even slightly off the racing line, you are going to be on wet roads with a slick tire. And
Yeah, the
that
curbs are
might
so
have been
dangerous.
what happened to EcoBoost, is that he's pushing
Yeah.
so hard, just trying to gain some time, that he might have just even touched a bit of moist tar. But you see EcoBoost catching up to Ghost Killer very quickly, and we're in for quite a bit of a race. So you got
Oh, for sure, the race for the lead is on. Wolfie is in his own little dimension. As
well, Wolf is
as,
on the medium
Loopy.
tires, and you got Sniper
so he's
and
gonna have
DC on the
the
mediums.
advantage long run. Wolfie might even go to the end with us, eh? At this rate, I think he could probably go to the end.
I'm not too sure whether the fuel is not an issue. Wolfie, you might be right. Wolfie could go to the end. I think Wolfie's done with his bets.
Possibly, we will see, depending again on the tire degradation.
So you
But
got
we see
13
again
laps
as
to go. You got 13 laps to go. Ghost Killer and EcoBoost are on the soft tires. EcoBoost has got like almost half of his tires gone, and he's only been out for about 4 laps. So it'll be another 5-6 laps, but we still got like 12 laps to go. So EcoBoost is definitely going to be pitting. Ghost Killer is definitely going to be pitting. I think Wolfie is in for a win here.
Quite possibly. It depends on the how long the pit time is. And okay, we can't judge it now because the guys are doing wet laps as opposed to dry laps. So we can't exactly see how much time that the pit actually takes.
I think we got an
And
overtake coming
this
up
battle for the lead is really heating up.
because you can't
I don't
go
know if Gold Killer-
off the racing line. So when do you overtake?
No, you can. You at this point you can. Just judging by the color of that
Dry
that-
patch
that
is
road
getting wider.
surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dry patch is getting wider, and like I said, at this point, when the radar shows, or at least the wetness meter, when it picks up, at least up until I would say 45% rain, you can still drive on slicks. Although it's not ideal, it's still possible. So without really losing much time, so the guys could go off on the wet patches just to cool down their tires, their slick tires, but. On the corner, EcoBoost, I think something happened. Yep, I noticed that. He just went a little bit wide onto the AstroTurf and gets a bit too excited to go back on the power.
At Spoon.
Yeah, Spoon. So
he touched the
and Wolfie gains a
takes
place out of that.
P2. So EcoBoost went. I was looking at a battle. I was looking for a battle on the track map. That's why I moved away. And
Yeah, unfortunately, I just saw it happen as you moved away. So what happened on the second spoon curve, the wider corner?
He touched the sunlight liquid.
EcoBoost just went. He touched the sunlight liquid, and also sunlight liquid in the water. So extra slip for him. He was driving on ice there. But now it's going to be a battle for second place. Although you can't count it all in the bag just yet. Ghost Killer still has opportunity. We saw him make a mistake on the first.
So you got Eco Boost actually with a lot of tire wear, and Wolfie with not a lot of tire wear. So Eco Boost will be catching up, but Eco Boost has number one, a wet track if you off the racing line, and number two, dirty air with these Group 2 race cars.
Yeah, dirty air. Wow, worst tires. Remember, you was the first one to go into the pits to the softer tires. So
Somebody's
tire wear is
out.
going to be a lot more hectic.
Dino
again,
touching the
unfortunately.
same sunlight
And
liquid.
yeah, yep, the sunlight liquid has made its presence known tonight. Gee whiz.
So
Yeah, like I said, we'll see Wolfie probably going towards the end of the race, or possibly the end of the race, or very close to it. But EcoBoost and Ghost Killer are going to have to pit again. So there is still a chance that Wolfie could get a good advantage out of this. But at the same time, towards the end of the races, EcoBoost and Ghost Killer, they're going to have some very fresh soft tires as opposed to Wolfie. So if Wolfie loses out any chunk of time during his medium stint, it's going to hurt him towards the end of the race.
you know what might have happened to EcoBoost is that if he was following Ghost Killer so closely, he might have had dirty air and got a bit of understeer.
Yep, also possible. All likely to happen. And who's going to yield going into 130R? EcoBoost does get
Wolfie
ahead. Wolfie does
yields.
slow down.
So
Yeah,
Wolfie yields.
it's not worth it for Wolfie to fight it either. Because
I
EcoBoost
think it
is the
might.
fast driver.
EcoBoost is faster tire on the faster driver on the faster tire, but he's gonna need an extra pit stop. So
Yep.
so it might be worth his while if Wolfie actually holds him up a bit.
And you see, then he's going to be using a lot more tires to do that as well. And that's going to affect him again in the late race. So, again, a lot of strategy. Don't count Leapy out as well. He is trying to pick up the scraps of any battles that ensues. So, we can't count this top 4 place running out just at the moment yet.
Looking at the rest of the grid, so we're starting off at the top with Ghost Killer Pace leading EcoBoost by 12 seconds. EcoBoost leading Wolfie by 1.3 seconds. Wolfie leads Leap by 2.8 seconds, who's in front of Pumpkin by 6 seconds, who's in front of his teammate Catfish by 4 seconds, who's in front of DC by 20 seconds, who's ahead of Sniper by 14 seconds, then 2.8 seconds to 1 Prime, and Dino 30 seconds behind 1 Prime.
Very, very unfortunate race for Dino. Just a whole lot of mess ups after mess ups with the start of the race on the wrong tire, changing late back again onto the dry tires, having a bit of a spin and spoon curve on the sunlight liquid, the sunlight soap, all of it combined. Very unfortunate race for him again. But yeah, these the 9BR guys are coming through. They're pulling through quite a decent race here.
I have to point out that the fastest lap right now has been set by Catfish at 52.4, which is awesome.
Yeah, these guys, all these drivers, they are fast. So it's not like, oh, they're the leader second, 17 seconds ahead, these guys are slow. Nah, they are all setting equal times. It just happens to be the moment or in the moments of driving what happens. So battles take place. Maybe you have a bit of a lapse in concentration, go off a little bit, you have to slow down for a corner. All these slight little changes take impact on your race in the long run.
Yeah, taking a look at the only 2 cars that are really close to each other is Sniper and 1 Prime with a 2.5 second gap. Everybody else has quite a considerable gap because everyone's on a different tire, different strat, had a different incident in the rain. What a crazy race.
Yeah, very, very action-packed. So even as it stands, Ghost Killer with the fresher tires, he's still being slightly caught by EcoBoost. So
look at lap 12 and 13.
Wow, dead same lap times for lap 12 and 13.
Ghost Killer's a robot.
Killer's been consistent. He let GT Sophie take over. And yeah, EcoBoost is not giving up yet. You can see that gap is coming down. So EcoBoost is pushing.
So let's look at lap times. We passed the halfway mark, so we've got about 10 laps to go. Ghost Killer with a 53.1, a 52.6 by EcoBoost on almost worn out soft tires. Wolfie with a 54 on his mediums, but he doesn't need to pit. Let's just take a look at his fuel. Oh, he's got a lot of fuel left.
Plenty of fuel.
Leap with almost completely worn out front tires with a 53.5.
Yeah, Wolfie is really gonna make a most out of this, eh? So depending on the pit time, I think we'll probably be seeing EcoBoost and Ghost Killer going into the pits in the next lap or two.
Catfish will be coming in for new tires right now.
Yeah, and maybe you can use him. EcoBoost is
in the pits.
That is interesting. Let's see where he comes out relative to.
And Ghost Killer is also on soft tires.
Is also in. Yeah. Ghost Killer, he does do very well in maintaining his tires, and also he had a lap. He put a lap later compared to EcoBoost, so he had an extra lap of fresher tires, which means he's probably gonna go in on this lap, and which gives EcoBoost a possible undercut. I don't think he'll be having any battles as he gets out of the pit for his outlap. So we will see. We'll see how much time he makes on Ghost Killer, and that could actually be crucial in terms of the win, because it's going to be Wolfie that's going to be probably very close, if not in the lead by the end of the Ghost Killer split. As you see, 17 seconds ahead. Go for me to EcoBoost quickly. I just want to judge the times. So it looks like a 10-second stop, 10, 11, 12 second stop. Wait, we first have to see the outlap. You
have to see the outlap.
But I think the outlap on Suzuka is
it's quite long.
Shorter.
I think it's quite long. I think
it's shorter because you start the lap. No, you're right. Because you have to pass the lap time first. If you go on your outlap from the pits, like doing a qualifying stage, then it's a lot shorter. But
let's just make sure on everybody's tires right now. So you got Ghost Killer still on softs.
Is he gonna do another
Wolfie
lap?
on mediums.
That's gonna be interesting.
Pumpkin
Does Ghost Killer go past
softs.
the pit lane? Does he go past? Does he go in? What is his decision? How will he react?
He's going into the pits.
Okay.
But Wolfie is taking the lead now.
Wolfie is going to be taking the lead, more than likely. But at least Ghost Killer with fresh soft tires onto quite used medium
So
tires.
there was 17 seconds gap between Wolfie and Ghost Killer. And Ghost Killer had 24 liters of fuel.
24% fuel.
He used a lot of fuel.
Mediums. He used a lot of fuel for sure. He went onto the mediums. He's not feeling too confident about going the rest of the race on softs. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know if he perhaps thought that the tires are mandatory. Maybe the race settings were changed or something. I don't know. Or maybe he's in his own head and thinks now we need to use the mediums as well, because I think EcoBoost is on soft tires, right?
Well, I mean, I don't think there is mandatory. EcoBoost is on softs again.
Yeah. So definitely no mandatory tires.
It can't be mandatory, because what if it rains the entire race? Then you would have gotten softs and inters for the entire race. You wouldn't have used.
That's also true. Yeah, you can't predict that. But yeah, so Ghost Killer not feeling too confident about taking the softs all the way to the end there.
So if you look at EcoBoost, a gap to Wolfie is 9.6 seconds, and we have about 7 laps to go. And the lap time, so we definitely have to wait until this lap is over. So this is EcoBoost's second lap out the pits. So if we look at his lap time, it would have been like a 152 152.6 on softs. And looking at the pit loss on the in lap, it's an additional 10 seconds, plus the out lap is an additional 8 seconds. So you got 18 seconds of pit loss time.
Again, I'm just wondering about what's going to happen towards the end of this race. Pumpkin Patch, I'm not sure if he needs to go into the pits. Can we have a look on his statistics there?
He needs to go into the pits.
So unfortunately,
is he going to stay out? He stays out.
He stays out. Oh my word.
Well, EcoBoost is going to get a slipstream out of this.
Yeah, he's going to get the slipstream. He's going to get the pass, more than likely. He looks up. He does go on the inside. Pumpkin Patch goes a little bit
nice
wide,
and
but
clean.
Nothing too major.
Nice
Very clean
and
move
clean
by EcoBoost, and he's going to be on a bull's charge towards the first.
So here we're
So again,
taking
as
a
we look at the replay, firmly in the slipstream there. You see, he gets close, decides to go, then decides against it. Then he was like, nah, I need to do this. I need to do this. Get on the side of Pumpkin Patch. Pumpkin Patch gives him the space. Going into the first corner, Pumpkin Patch goes on to the Sunlight Liquid, but it's not wet enough. A very soapy drive. So EcoBoost already pulling a 3-second lead on Pumpkin
Wolfie
Patch.
and Wolfie, because that gap
and
was
Wolfie as
9
well.
seconds and now it's 6.2 seconds. So
Yeah,
EcoBoost
like
on a
he's
charge.
He's on a serious charge. He knows he can make that time back on the soft tires. And I think Ghost Killer might be slapping himself on the wrist to say, like, should have gone softs, but he's also playing it safe. And again, I'll see in the chat if he says he thought tires were mandatory, because that's just my thinking with it. But yeah, anyway, he is catching up. Wolfie does have a lot more used tires compared to Ghost Killer. So Ghost Killer is going to be looking soon within the next 2 laps to make a move. But Wolfie is obviously going to want to secure that position, so he's going to give Ghost Killer a hard time to take the position, which gives EcoBoost some time to catch up as well. As you can see, he just arrives onto that chicane as Wolfie gets out onto the main straight. So it's not over yet. This podium positions are going to change, guys, and that's going to be intense.
The gap from EcoBoost to the leaders is now 4.3 seconds. So that is about 5 seconds that got taken out in the last lap.
Wow, that is insane. That's a charge, if I may say.
That is an absolute charge.
I didn't even realize. I don't know if you said the lap time there, but a 49.9 by EcoBoost.
49.9. I have not seen that time before. That is amazing.
I don't know if you remember the movie Driven with Sylvester Stallone. And
I haven't seen that. It's on my list.
Very old. It's very, very old. But there's a point where Sylvester Stallone, his thing of getting into the zone to start humming. So they even called him the Hummer, because once Sylvester Stallone in the movie starts humming, he starts flying on track. And this is precisely what I can picture with EcoBoost now. EcoBoost is the Hummer here. You can see him in the back there while Ghost Killer and Wolfie are busy battling. Well, the battle is getting underway. EcoBoost is on the charge. He is zooming.
Before we watch the battle, I'm going to walk through the grid. So you got Wolfie, that's 0.3 of a second ahead of Ghost Killer, who's 2 seconds.
I should hope just yet. There's such a close gap. I think after the new lap
after EcoBoost, because I see another battle happening. I'm just going to flip to it quickly. That's the teammates, Pumpkin and Catfish. Okay, so let's go.
Okay.
So we'll take a look at the sandwich, the KVR sandwich, and Ghost Killer in the middle of the KVR sandwich.
Okay. Let's see. He doesn't get anything onto 130R. Goofy actually got a much better run out. He looks at he goes for the dive. A little
bit of contact.
Little bit of contact. He was on the inside. EcoBoost is now in the game as well, and this is going to play right into EcoBoost's hands. They both have slipstream. Wolfie is being chased by EcoBoost and Ghost Killer Pace as well.
Oh my god! This is the battle coming on.
This is gonna be quite an intense battle.
4 laps to go.
4 laps to go. EcoBoost.
They're coming up to traffic
for sure. They're coming up to a back marker there.
That should be Dino.
Yeah, quite likely Dino. Unfortunately, not representative of his true pace. So don't think that Dino is a slow coach here. It's just one of the missteps that he's had in the series. But yeah, look at the close proximity these guys are running. Half a second separates 3 cars. EcoBoost is looking for it. He's going up on the outside of Ghost Killer into Degners, which is never a great move.
That's a risky move to be on the outside.
And now
of the
Ghost Killer
Degner.
has to defend from EcoBoost as well.
EcoBoost is going to be using up his tires.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh look at that. EcoBoost is almost
still
halfway
4 laps to go.
EcoBoost, hold it in there.
He gets a little bit squiggly out of that hairpin corner and falls back a little bit. Ghost Killer is very, very close to Wolfie. Is he going to send it into Spoon? He does not. He wants to keep it very close to Wolfie going.
He's got the slipstream coming into 1/7.
I think he gave Wolfie a nudge there. Must have been a nudge.
EcoBoost
now he's into the slipstream.
EcoBoost is
on the
take
side. Who's Wolfie gonna give the slipstream to? He gives it to EcoBoost. He's playing with both of these guys. So Ghost Killer, he's gonna have to receive the position. Very close Oh, very close proximity between the two, but EcoBoost is now ahead into second place. The tires are getting used. Gee, was 1, 2, 3 coming past there within half a second between the three cars. EcoBoost is now on a charge. He's going into first place right now on the main straight. Ghost Killer is in the slipstream. They are side by side going into the 20th lap. 4 laps to go in total.
We got a new leader.
We got a new leader. Wolfie sees the position. Ghost Killer looks for a chance on the inside, but doesn't
Can't
make it happen.
capitalize. He could have just followed him through.
He wanted to, but I think he was too far behind. The slipstream wasn't enough. And now EcoBoost is going to have to fly. He's going to have to run away with this, because his tires are going to look very, very harsh at the end of this last 10 laps.
Tires are used. EcoBoost tires are used. Ghost Killer still has a ton of tires.
Fine.
I think if these guys can't hold their tires, it's so close.
Because usually by now we would say, nah, it's a definite winner for this one, it's a definite winner for that one.
Because we know in P1 and P2, their tires are gone. And Ghost Killer, who's been hanging on to the lead, just lost his lead and dropped to P3. And if those two guys in front of him use their tires completely, Ghost Killer could take this. I don't know who's going to win this.
Exactly, we don't know. This is something that we don't see often. We can't say for certain who's going to win the race. Ghost Killer is trying his best to get past Wolfie, but Wolfie is putting up a solid defense. He's defending like a lion right here.
EcoBoost opens up the lead to 2.3 seconds.
Yeah, EcoBoost is getting the most out of this. So he has to essentially rest his tires, really coast his tires in for this next 3 laps. Oh, Ghost Killer looks for it, but doesn't make it happen.
Show your nose.
He's just not confident.
Make him a bit scared. Where is Ghost Killer?
Did he? Oh, he went off.
Oh no! I think he went off.
I think that's swerving around.
He's got damage.
Might have just taken the corner too wide. Yeah.
He's got damage. His rear left tire has taken a bit of an impact. Oh. Well,
So
I mean, he's still in it because you got the leaders.
For sure. And you know what? Leapy isn't too far behind.
Leap with half-used mediums.
He's
not too bad.
He's 5 seconds behind.
Closing in very fast.
Yeah, he's closing in very fast. So now again, Ghost Killer might have to defend for the podium. Because even with that slight bit of damage, it's going to affect the way the car drives.
I'm going to walk,
though his tires are good.
now that we've got a bit of time to rest, I'm going to walk through the entire grid.
Whew, yeah, okay.
So EcoBoost is leading with absolutely used soft tires, 4.5 seconds ahead of Wolfie, who's got absolutely used. I think he can as well. So Wolfie is 5.4 seconds ahead of Ghost Killer pace with almost completely used mediums. Ghost Killer 4.6 seconds and closing, it's about staying the same. 4.7 seconds ahead of Leap. Leap is 10 seconds ahead of Pumpkin, who's 4 seconds ahead of Catfish, who's 30 seconds ahead of DC, who's 6 seconds ahead of One Prime, 15 seconds ahead of Sniper, and 30 seconds ahead of Dino. So those are your drivers in the grid, and we've got EcoBoost trying to overtake a back marker. Dino makes some space, which is really good driving. I think EcoBoost, EcoBoost will definitely be able to coast as best as he can to save those tires, because it's going to be so risky because he has to do two more laps.
Two more laps left. 2 more laps to go, and you can see 153 compared to a 149. There's a 4-second difference in lap times there, and EcoBoost hasn't had really anything impeding him. And to be fair, the understeer that comes from when these tires go completely off is absolutely horrendous. You see, Ghost Killer has taken the gap down to 3.3 seconds now. So it's still to play. Wolfie is gonna lose a lot of time with their tires when they go off. He's essentially gonna have to slow down his pace to really cruise those tires in. And then EcoBoost with the heavy corners of Suzuka. EcoBoost is gonna have a rougher time now especially with that front right tire. Meanwhile, the rest of the guys, they're just trying to bring it home. Pumpkin Patch does pull away a gap against his teammate Catfish, who was, I think, ahead of him. I think Catfish was ahead of him.
No, Pumpkin was ahead.
Okay, he wasn't Indeed. But yeah, stunning driving from these guys. DC Gaming, again, you was close to the top for a while, but that controller tire dig, man. Don't let me curse you, DC Gaming. Gee whiz, as we just moved
Curse
in.
of the commentator.
No. It was no curse. It was just a mild little salt over there that was sprinkled upon his tires. A little bit of marbles.
So last two corners of the second last lap, and EcoBoost has no front right tire. He is driving on the rims.
He does have 7 seconds of a gap though.
Got 7 seconds, and that was 3 seconds a lap ago.
Yep.
That's because Wolfie's got no tires.
Wolfie's got no tires, and Ghost Killer's within a second.
And he was 3 seconds a lap ago.
He was, I think, like 4.5 to be fair.
Yeah. Ghost Killer takes it.
Oh wow! He just goes for a dive bomb up on the inside, makes it stick onto the chicane. Job done, and Ghost Killer is back into second place. Very nice driving by Ghost Killer as well. Casio is going from 130R into the Casio chicane. Ghost Killer, he thinks not, and then brakes and curves as well. So he could have unsettled the car. It was a risky move,
clean
but
move.
High risk, high reward. And very cleanly
Respect
done as well.
given, lots of space.
Respect given, well done to Wolfie as well.
That is
so
amazing.
a solid for second place going to Ghost Killer, and you can see how much the tires are affecting Wolfie. Already nearing 2 seconds of a gap. And which could bring Leapy into it. Oh my word, that's something that we need to think about as well.
EcoBoost about to now EcoBoost has just passed some traffic.
Yeah, he passed
Dino. He passed Dino?
He did pass Dino last lap.
Okay, so you got 6.7 seconds, which is dropping very fast. And we are 3 corners away from the end? And
yeah, 3, 4, 5 roundabouts. But we're half a lap in essentially.
We're half a lap in. Ghost Killer.
About a minute of driving.
But Ghost Killer's got damage,
Ghost Killer's got damage. The gap is coming down by a significant mark. It was a smart move for Ghost Killer to go onto the mediums. I think just if he had less battling, it would have played right into his hands. That gap is coming down quite fast, but I don't think it's enough. Even though EcoBoost is pretty much driving on rims, he pulled enough of a gap by just destroying
absolutely no tires. Leap.
And then look at this. Leap is coming close. Leap is coming close. Very close. Wolfie's probably going to have to brake or let off. He has no tires. This man is basically
I don't think Leap can do this. 1.6 seconds in the last corner.
Wolfie goes
so you got Casio to go.
Wide. Within a second. Within a second, the chicane is going to happen. EcoBoost does seem to take the victory. Yes.
EcoBoost takes the victory. Ghost Killer was 2.3 seconds.
What happens between Wolfie and Leapy? Stays between Wolfie and Leapy. He keeps the podium.
Leapy finishes.
Wow. That is some edge of seat stuff.
Pumpkin Patch crosses the line 6.4 seconds behind Leap. And now we're expecting Catfish to come around the corner. Good DC Gaming.
Catfish in 6. So yeah, that was some incredible racing from the top 4 there. Leapy getting so very close to that podium position at the end there. EcoBoost almost ran out of fuel.
What a race!
And I think if Ghost Killer would have had the softs, he might have taken the win. He probably would have been there.
I think so. But I mean, you saw how used Wolfie and EcoBoost tires were at the end.
And again, remember he put a lap before Ghost Killer, so Ghost Killer would have had an extra lap of tires, although he would have been using most of those tires to try and get ahead of Wolfie. That's something that could be possible, but we don't know.
Yeah,
that is the fun about the racing. That is the major thing. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to watch Dino do his little. I wouldn't say a walk of shame because it really can't be classed as a walk of shame.
Dino had some bad luck with the start, starting on the wrong tires. I think
on the wrong tires.
Yeah, I think he was anticipating having some default tires once he goes in, and then probably just picked the wrong tire once the race started.
I think that was it. He just picked the wrong tire to start on.
Because he was doing quali with soft tires, wasn't it?
Exactly. Goes on to the grass for a bit of showboating there. Lawnmower Lexus. But you can see the lap times between these guys are not slow. All these guys are driving very fast. And
Looking
that's
at-
now, yeah, they're going for the points. I'll let Tunis take it away.
Yeah, looking at your leadership for the championship at the end of round 4, you got EcoBoost leading the pack with 137 and quite a bit of gap with Ghost Killer Pace at 122, and then 1 point behind Ghost Killer is Wolfie, and about 5 points behind him is Leap. Catfish with a 108. Catfish moving up the grid. That is awesome stuff to see. I mean, it was a bit unfortunate that we didn't see Lorenzo, Sirius Sam, Ken Dog, Osawa, and Safa today. It would have been awesome to see it, but I guess we got a bit of load shedding going on. And next week's race is going to be at Le Mans. So next week's race will be a Ford GT race car. That's the 2018 Ford GT. So that's the new one.
Around Le Mans. Oh, that's going to be
Around Le Mans, and you're gonna expect rain
speeds.
because it always rains at Le Mans with high speeds. And then the final race will be Autopolis with super formulas. So we're definitely getting faster and faster as the season, as the series progresses towards its end. And that would be on the 2nd of October, Le Mans, which is next week, Monday. The week after that, on Monday, will be round 6, the final at Autopolis. Looking at other series that is currently being run. Tomorrow, SMTS, that's us. We're running round 3 at Goodwood of our Polo Cup. And I think the LNR guys took a 1 week break. And they should be starting this coming Sunday with Zondas driving at Monza. That'll be amazing to see.
Yeah, for sure. And with these coming races, we're going to see quite possibly, like, I don't know, like with this top 4, it's so close on the points between them. I mean, like, Pumpkin Patch, honestly, again, doing so incredibly well to keep up. He's still in contention for that podium places towards the end. But yeah, a good comeback from Ghost Killer as well. After he made that mistake there, after having to compete with Wolfie's powerful defending there. EcoBoost just took the most of it there. EcoBoost just took the most of it. He went into the softs as much as it really fell off towards the end there. He made the positions count when they needed to.
What an amazing race. Today I was on the edge of my seat. And that was probably one of the best races I've seen all year.
Oh, for sure. There was a lot of battles, and again, we never knew who could have won the race up until that last couple of laps.
Yeah.
That is the thing. Usually we have our defining winner. It would either be Lorenzo or it would be EcoBoost with a massive lead in. But this time, it was so on the ropes with the almost 4 drivers. Leapy coming in almost right at the end to steal that podium away from Wolfie there. But yeah, awesome racing by the guys, and it's nice to see. There was no major incidents, no one taking each other out to gain a position. Yes, there's slight contact, but that is how racing is. It's not intentional, it's just racing.
Yeah. And on that note, I want to say thanks to everybody that watched it. If you want to join any of our leagues, whether it's SMTS, MCC, or LNR, there should be links down in the description. If there aren't any, take a look at I think the links in the end cards of this YouTube video. But take a look at the descriptions, and you are free to contact any one of us to get an invite into our Discords. We'll definitely help you join up. And thank you for watching today. Good night.
Have a good evening, everyone.